Here's the problem I'd like to solve. I'd like to find the exact values. So that means not rounded off calculator values, exact values of the 6 trig functions of theta. Given that, the tangent of theta is 5/7, and the value of the cosecant is negative. So the first thing we need to know is what quadrant is theta in. What we don't need to know is what is theta. I don't care what theta is. That's not the question. The question is the values of the trig functions. I don't actually need to know what the angle is in order to find those. But I do need to know where theta is, because that's going to make a difference, positive and negative signs of those 6 trig function values. Let's see. If tangent of theta is positive 5/7, that tells me, let's see, I know the tangent is positive in quadrant 1 because everybody's positive in quadrant 1, and the tangent is also positive in quadrant 3 where x and y are both negative. So I'm either in quadrant 1 or quadrant 3. Another clue here, we can do a little logic puzzle to figure out what quadrant we're in, is that the cosecant is negative. Well, the cosecant goes along with the sine. It's the reciprocal of the sine function. Cosecant values are negative in quadrants 3 and 4 because they're positive in 1 and 2, so they're negative in 3 and 4. I want both of those things to be true at the same time. There's only one place where that happens, only one quadrant that's on both lists. So now I know theta is in quadrant 3. If theta is in quadrant 3, that tells me x is negative and y is negative, because that's the way quadrant 3 works. R is positive because r is always positive, but we do need to find a value for r. R is the square root of x squared plus y squared. Tangent of theta is y over x. So we know x and y. So let's see, that's 7 squared and 5 squared. Oh, that'll be a fun number. The square root of 49 plus 25 is 74. That seems like it ought to simplify, but it actually doesn't. 74 is 2 times 37. 2 and 37 are both prime, so it doesn't simplify. X values are negative. Y values are also negative. So even though tangent of theta is positive 5/7, x is actually negative 7, since this is y over x, and y is actually negative 5. So now we have x, we have y, we have r. That's what we need in order to find the values of those 6 functions. Here we go. The sine is y over r. That's fine with me. Negative 5 over root 74. If the square root in the bottom bothers you, you can rationalize, but you don't have to on my account. The cosine is x over r. The tangent, oh, we already knew the tangent, 5/7. And then we have reciprocals. Cosecant, cosecant, I'll put the square root on there, and the cotangent. If you like the picture, you can definitely draw a picture. I know that my angle is in quadrant 3, so it's there somewhere. The proportions don't matter really at all. X is negative 7 because I'm in quadrant 3. Y is negative 5. R we'll find the same way, and it's still the square root of 74. And you can think opposite adjacent hypotenuse if you like that better. So either way, with the triangle or with x, y, and r, there's our 6 trig values.